The chair of Euromove, the largest pro-European organization in the UK, made the comparison in a tweet to his 158.3k followers on Friday afternoon. Mr. Adonis's response came after quote-tweeting another user's post from 2019. In the post dating from July 2 years ago, user at @arc_domain_names writes that he had questioned people about their concerns when it comes to Brexit. Dating from before Britain's departure from the trading bloc, he notes that among the over 1,800 replies he received, many raised concerns about the loss of jobs and a decline in the economy. His tweet reads, "I recently asked people what their number one concern was about Brexit, and got over 1,800 replies. Here's a compilation of the responses. The economy, short-term economic shock, long-term economic damage, job losses, loss of existing trade deals, collapse of the pound." The user, whose bio describes him as the author of Slaying Brexit Unicorns, which he says is a title debunking the disaster via facts, stats and gallows humor, also followed up his initial tweet with further concerns raised at the time. This list includes food shortages, loss of freedom and movement and a widening gap between the rich and poor. Lord Adonis then utilized this list to compare Brexit to appeasement, questioning whether a worse policy had been seen since the 30s. The Europhile also referenced that Boris Johnson had spoken with Poland's Prime Minister about interferences from the European Court of Justice earlier today. The Labour Party politician wrote, "Just read this list. Has there ever been a worse policy than Brexit since appeasement in the 30s? Oh, and on that score, this morning Johnson spoke to the far-right PM of Poland to enlist him against Ireland, France and Germany in the dispute over his own Brexit treaty. OMG. His tweet was met with support from other Remainers, with some suggesting that the list gave enough reason to see Britain rejoin the European Union. At Chris ATRDG quoted Mr. Adonis' tweet and wrote, "So true, and we must look to rejoining the EU." While at Rockcourt62 described the situation as concerning, after a number of the issues raised on the list in 2019 appear to have come into fruition. They wrote, "It's very concerning and sad that this is where we are as a country now. A further user at Sport Marketing 1 replied to the tweet and criticized those who had voted for Brexit and those who now continue to support it. It comes after the former cabinet minister Lord Adonis was accused of spreading a malicious falsehood in social media posts that attacked his peers over the dumping of raw sewage in rivers and the sea. Earlier today, Lord Zach Goldsmith called out Mr. Adonis by saying, over the course of dozens of tweets, he was trying to make his, let's face it, not always balanced Twitter followers, believe something about me and the government that is simply not true and which he knows to be untrue. By suggesting we were making it easier for companies to pollute our waters, he was spreading a grotesque inversion of the truth. He then added, in this debate on sewage, he has absolutely covered himself in the stuff and so shame on him.